everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Ash and I'm here with a review for Yars Rising on Steam. Now, this released on the 10th of September 2024, developed by WayForward, who are the people behind River City Girls, Shantae, Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp, and more. And it's published by Atari. And this is a sort of reimagining follow-up to classic Atari game Yars Revenge. Now, Yars Revenge, I will say, is probably one of my favourite Atari games. I think it's fantastic. For terms of Atari, it's the one I go to the most if I ever have to play Atari games. It's a lot of fun. And it's like a sci-fi shooter game where you were like having to destroy barricades over something to then defeat it while avoiding being shot at, basically. Really fun. Gets really addictive. This one sees you playing in a totally different setting. This is a sort of 2D platforming action game, like an action adventure mixed with like a Metroidvania-esque with the exploration. And it sees you playing as a girl called Emmy, who's this hacker. She's hired by some mysterious person to infiltrate this Quotech corporation. She basically gets in there and has to basically hack them. One thing leads to another, and she gets captured. She then escapes, and she eventually ends up with like bio powers, like upgrades, like body mods. Sort of like cyberpunky in terms of how it works. Now, it's a totally different sort of style of gameplay here. You'll be like doing a lot of platforming, like climbing, jumping, sneaking past guards and robotic enemies and stuff like that. You'll eventually have like abilities, like you can shoot like lasers from your hands and you can absorb like force fields and stuff like that, which is really cool. And you're probably wondering, what has this got to do with Yars? How does it connect? Well, you hack stations at many times throughout the games, whether it be for like body progression, like upgrades, or for like opening doors and stuff like that. Now, these games are like retro hacking minigames that pay homage to the original Yars Revenge, with its like very similar style. It looks the same. You basically play as the little character from that, and there's a variety of different things you have to do there, like absorb things to shoot things, eat all of the barrier, all that sort of stuff. So it sort of ties into it in that sense. Now, this game does look really nice. They've done a good job with the graphics, like the 3D like environments and characters, but on like a 2D plane. The game is also fully voice acted, and while I like the voice actors in the game, like I think the personalities and everything are fine, and the voices are really good. Some of the lines of dialogue are rather cringy. I just feel like the main character, unfortunately, like talks about everything. I mean, I understand you have to sort of give a bit of sense to where you've got to go and what you've got to do, but it just gets a little bit too annoying, and that's probably my main complaint about this game. Now, honestly, it's really, really cool. It's really great, and there's also a sort of modern take on Yars Revenge as well, accessible from the menu, which is cool. All in all, it's a nice little package. It has like homage to the classics from like the Atari 2600 years. But it also is like a totally new game. It kind of reminds me of like a Metroidvania meets like, I want to say like Mega Man style gameplay, where you're like jumping around, you're shooting, that sort of thing. You end up with like really cool like animated cutscenes, which are really good. You get a really nice UI, I think, on the hacking sections. I thought they were really cool. And all in all, like there's boss fights and stuff. It's really well done. Won't be for everyone. Like I say, if you're a big fan of the original, you might feel offended by this one because it's not even sort of anywhere remotely similar in terms of the core gameplay. But it's a unique take. The soundtrack is pretty decent as well. So all in all, I can't complain. Now on Steam, it's verified for Steam Deck, so you can play it on the go. Features, Steam achievements, you can play it with controller support, and I played this with my Xbox controller, but you can also play it with your PlayStation pad as well. And it's £24.99. Now you can buy it in a bundle at £30.14, saving about 10%, and that does include the soundtrack. So if you like the soundtrack, it might be worth picking that one up. But all in all, a interesting take on the series and on the original concept of the first game. Nice sort of like actiony adventure platform meets Metroidvania sort of core gameplay with the old school retro Yars style gameplay thrown in for good mix. But hit that like button, guys, hit subscribe, and I'll see you soon for more gaming content. Bye for now.